Good morning, everybody. This is me in the upper room coming to you from 1 Corinthians 1:26, where we talked about earlier, God has selected the weak to shame the strong, and how the Lord uses so many people that to do things that they can't normally do themselves, and only for His glory, because they're like, people have to see, we didn't think she could do this or do that, or he couldn't do this and he didn't have the strength or whatever, but only God, he always has to get the glory. And so, which we want, we're not looking for glory, we don't. I don't want people to see me, I want them to see him. That's the whole point, So then I go to 1 Corinthians 16:11, and let me go back to that. And this is where Paul is talking about Timothy, and he's talking to the church, and he said, he's saying, this is my son, this is a disciple. Don't let anyone treat him unfairly. Don't let anyone treat him as though, as a lesser person. I'm not sure why he thought to say that to those particular people, but sometimes the world looks at the weak people and treat them unfairly, treat them, like they're inferior. And so, but we don't know, we don't know who we're talking to. We don't know who we're passing by. We don't know who's talking to us or coming before us, and they may not look strong and healthy, and powerful, whatever, or wealthy, they may look, we just don't know. But God knows that specific purpose. He created that particular person, and he has a plan for that. And sometimes, the people that we think would be most unworthy, I don't mean that in a vain way, but just unlikely, I guess, to preach or to teach, or, Joyce Meyer always talks about how she's, where she's gone from the beginning to where she is now, and she has no, she has no training and no degrees and whatever, and so, but she has just made a big dent in the world, for the Lord. And so we got to be careful how we treat people. And, I talk to myself too. Sometimes I get aggravated at people for, I think, oh, seriously, but, I'm talking to myself, we can't think like that. We really can't. And so another thing I was thinking, and the last thing I'm going to talk about is, I've probably mentioned this before, how when I was first born, I would not eat. I just refused to eat. Wouldn't eat it. Wouldn't take any nourishment whatsoever. And my parents, God knows, they were very good parents, but they didn't know what to do, and the doctors didn't know what to do. Back then, 1948, And so my dad decided to put me in my room in my crib, because he decided this baby does not want to live. So he was going to honor my wishes. And so they put me in my crib in the bedroom, closed the door. But that night, my mom just, she was a great mother. And she somehow got a hold of my doctor, our family physician, and snuck him in the back door after my dad had gone to sleep. And it scared her, and he rescued me. He took me out of my crib and took me to the hospital. And they forced they forced nourishment, in me. And my dad told me later, after I was grown, tell me the story, they said, I became the happiest baby they'd ever seen. I just couldn't not be happy, And so anyway, but sometimes we don't, even Jesus didn't want to go to the cross. Nobody wants to go to the cross. There's assignments that we have. And sometimes I wonder if I just wanted to go home. I didn't want to come to earth. I didn't want to be born. I seriously didn't, probably. I'm just guessing, And sometimes there's things in our lives that, we're called to do and we go through and whatever. And we just don't. We don't want to, And so, like I said, even Jesus asked the Father, let this cup pass from me, And so I'm just saying, don't beat yourself up, And after Jesus prayed that, the Lord sent angels to minister to him. And there are angels all around us. I do believe that. And they minister to us. And the word ministers to us, you know. And the church ministers to us. And friends that are good Christians will minister to us, you know. God will send people and angels to minister to us when we're down and out, you know, to get us through things. And like I said, I'm talking to myself, you know. But you got to, don't beat yourself up, but just tell yourself, you know, God will provide, you know, he'll get you through this. And this too shall pass. I tell you, I tell this all the time to myself, this too shall pass, you know. And we got one of our sisters on Break and Break. Everybody knows Marianne. The whole world knows Marianne. But, you know, so many times she gets ill and you know, she gets these headaches and different things, you know, and she stays so busy. But she always says she's going to push through. And it encourages me, you know, when I see people, you know, just rising above the situation they're going through, you know. And so, and even, I think I told you the other day that I was in church and I was sitting in the corner in the back in the dark, and I thought, I'll just leave, you know. But I said, maybe I'll push through. And I did. And the Lord had me pray for this man, and I believe he got delivered. So anyway, like I said, don't beat yourself up, but also don't let anybody mistreat you. Don't let anybody treat you as if they're inferior. You're not, you know. You're a precious child of God. You are here for a purpose, and you have a destiny, and it's only a good thing, you know. And so just keep on keeping on, you know. And the Lord is going to be with you. And I love you guys, and Jesus loves you so much more. See you later. Bye.